Lights, camera, action! Hello home viewers, well, students of Australian Primary School. I'm coming to you through YouTube today, through the magic of TV, because I couldn't be there today and I'm very sorry about that. Now yes, I look pretty silly. I just did that to make you laugh, but I do realise this isn't a microphone and I really don't need sunglasses because I'm inside and I don't know why I need a little face mask. Again, I'm just being really silly. Miss Laverick loves to be silly, but it's very important that I can have a joke and your teachers can have a little joke with you. You might have a quick laugh and then you just stop and you listen, because even though I muck around, I'm here to talk to you about some very important things that are going to help you to feel better, feel happier more of the time, and later on we're going to do some social skills so that you'll learn to just get along with people a little bit better as well. Now, first things first, today at the start I want to talk to you about the work we did last week. So I'm just going to ask your teacher to have you put your hand up and you can see if you can remember some of the things that we talked about last week. So while your teacher's doing that, I'm going to draw on my little whiteboard at home, which is actually my daughter's little whiteboard, and I'm playing schools at home. And I'm going to try to write down everything I can remember from last week so that we can revise it. Because when you revise things over and over and over, your brain actually remembers those things. The first time you learn something, it only makes a tiny little pattern on your brain. And if you never do it again, it's like if you learn that 6 8s are 48. You learn that one day and you work it out. Oh, I know 6 8s are 48 now. If you don't keep practicing that over and over and thinking about it and remembering it, after a while, it just fades away and you don't remember anymore. So Miss Laverick does repeat herself, so that you can remember. All right, so who's sitting up nicely? I can't see, but I know your teacher will be having a look. Put your hand up if you can remember something we talked about last week. It could be to do with the brain. It could be to do with focusing on what's happening right now. One of those things, have a think about it, and I will do some drawing on my board while your teacher picks people. So put your hand up if you remember something. coming back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we need people sitting up really straight and ready to listen with what I came up with, and hopefully it'll be the same as yours. All right, so last week, I think the most important thing, this might look backwards to you, I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I'll read it out anyway. The most important thing is I love me. The most important thing in the world is that you remember just how special you really, really are, because you are. There's only one of you in the entire universe. So I always say the most important thing that I'm teaching is that you are unique. Unique means there's only one of you in the universe. And you really should be starting off every morning thinking about how special you are. It feels funny at first, but it's a good idea maybe when you're brushing your teeth, doing your hair, looking in the mirror and looking at yourself and saying, I am special and I'm going to have a great day. All right, so that's always the first thing. All right, next, I talked to you about your brain. And your brain, with your brain you have your prefrontal cortex. When you're feeling really relaxed and happy, you can make some very, very good decisions. You can think about things sensibly and you can think, okay, I think, put that down so I can see better. When you are calm and relaxed, you make your best decisions. When you start getting yourself upset, and you are getting yourself upset sometimes, you need to stop yourself and you need to bring your prefrontal cortex back into action. And the only way to do that is to calm yourself down. Because if you don't, your amygdala, and I'm sure somebody would have remembered that word from last week, it's a hard word, amygdala, your amygdala is the one, that makes you panic. It makes you upset and it tricks you and makes you think there's a problem. All right, and normally there is no problem. All right, there's only just little speed bumps for you normally. A little thing that you need to deal with, like you've got a lot of work to do, you really don't want to do it. You could get your amygdala goes, this is awful, this is horrible, I'm panicking, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. And then you start making all the wrong decisions where your prefrontal cortex, if you calm down, will say, just start. Just start your work, and from then it gets easier once you start. I actually had a boy in my class the other day and he was really upset because he had to write down a lot of spelling words. And he said, Miss Laverick, I just don't want to start, I just don't want to do it, it's too much. I don't want to write all these words. And I said to him, I'm going to tell you the biggest secret in the world. 2 words, just start. If you just make a start, you'll find that before you know it, you've done 10 words and you just can't believe how it happens. I do it at home. I hate doing my washing, folding it all up. But now I think to myself, no, Miss Lavery, do what you tell the kids. Just start. And then pretty soon I feel better. My prefrontal cortex takes over. I make the good decision and I get the job done. Sometimes you don't feel that good at first. You calm down and then you go a lot better. All right, so that is your brain talked about, the amygdala, and one of your kids at school said, oh, Miss Laverick, that's like the panic button, and that is what it's like, your panic button. So you've got to calm that down because you don't need to panic unless you suddenly, as I told you with my story of when I saw a snake, that could be a panic situation. But normally through your day, there's no need for you to be upset about anything. All right, now, next, I talked to you about this timeline. So you have your time and you have your past, what's in the past, and then you have what's in the future. Now you have a choice. You can think about, if you wanted to, and if you let your brain get silly and start thinking about bad things, you might start thinking about things that happened yesterday or at recess, and you might keep thinking about that, and you might get yourself really upset and really angry. And if you do that, another bad thought will join it, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one, and pretty soon you actually can't get out of that bad mood, and your prefrontal cortex won't be able to take over. So you have to stop that early. The minute you have a thought about something, say, hang on, no, Is that happening right now? No, it's not. That's already happened. That's finished. That has happened. Forget about it. Don't make me sing Let It Go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Sorry. Love the way that you people, I know you people can have a quick laugh and stop. Now, you also don't want to do this one. This could be even worse than thinking about the past, thinking about the future. Like thinking, oh my goodness, I've got to do this big test. So it's going to be horrible. I'm not going to know anything. Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh no. And then all these awful thoughts, your brain starts tricking you. And you're thinking about, pretty soon, you think about something that hasn't even happened. So that's even worse. Has not even happened. And you think it might happen. And you waste your time being upset. All right, we all do it. And we need to learn how to focus on what's happening right now. Because what's happening right now, everything's good. So be careful of your brain. It can do that too. Now, focus on what's happening now. All right, now, I have got a time machine here at my house. Yes, a time machine. And I will show you the time machine quickly because here it is. It is a time machine and you can program in, you can program in which time you want to go to. So if you wanted to go back into the past, you would just set your minutes here and then you could get into your time machine if we wanted to, and I could really go into the past or into the future there, but only if it's going to be good. I just put that in as a joke. Okay, everybody, today I'm going to talk to you about one thing. Oops. I just realised one of my most important things, and I've written it on my whiteboard here. Has anything bad happened yet? You need a mirror to read that. Has anything bad happened yet? Nope. Everything's going well. If you're coming up to something you're a little bit scared about, feel the fear and do it anyway. So you feel a little bit scared, but you do it anyway. I read that on the title of a book once. But if something actually does go wrong, so say if your friend actually was mean to you, you thought they might be and then they were, and so it came true, what can you do? 3 choices. Being upset is not one of the choices. So you've got to stop yourself thinking that's one of your options because it doesn't help anything. If you're upset, you can't do anything good. You've got your 3 choices, and I know someone would have said this, the mnemonic latch. Only 3 choices. You can L, leave the situation. A, accept the situation, or ch, change the situation. You've got to just pick one of those. So you have to decide with your prefrontal cortex, that means don't let your panic button go crazy, calm down and make a good decision. You might leave, you might accept it and just say, oh well, that's what's happening. I need to do this spelling test, I can do it. I'll just accept it. Or I've got a lot of work to do, I accept it, I'm going to do it. Or sometimes you can change the situation. So you really wanted to play one game, other people don't want to, you can change that whole situation by finding some different people who do want to play that game. So make sure you are part of the solution, which means look for ways to fix it. Don't get trapped in the problem. Don't think about the problem, try to fix. So you've got leave, accept, or change. Now, today I want to talk to you about when you first get those thoughts that are negative thoughts, it's a bad one coming, you can try what's called a pattern interrupt. Now this means you stop and you have 3 deep breaths, but it's a special way you need to do it. You need to breathe in. Let's all try it now. So sitting up very straight, make sure you can see me. Sitting up very straight. As soon as you start feeling that little feeling of, I don't think I'm feeling very happy here, or a bit worried about something, stop. Catch it. Breathe in right down into your tummy. Try to make your tummy go right out, not your chest up here. When you breathe in shallow, that means you're starting to be nervous. So try to breathe in really deep down to your belly. Let's try it, breathing in. Hold it for 5 seconds. And then breathe it out for 5. I started feeling a little bit better already. Try again, breathing in really deep. Holding it. And breathing it out. Breathing in for 5. Holding it. And then breathing it out. I already started to feel a lot more relaxant when I first started talking. I was pretty scared about making a little YouTube video, and I thought, oh, I wonder what the kids will think. Will they be able to hear it? Will they be able to see the picture? Will they want to listen to me? So I started all of that, and I said, stop, Miss Laverick, go back to what's happening right now. They might love the video. It all might go very well. So I calmed myself down. I'm actually having a really nice time doing it. Okay, now there's another really good trick you can use if you start feeling that little bit of nerves, which is normal. It's normal to feel a little bit nervous, and sometimes if you get a bit worried about something, you actually go better. So for example, when you have those butterflies in your tummy before your assembly, that's okay. You actually perform better when you have those little butterflies. It just means that you really care about it and you want it to go well. Same thing of a sports carnival. If you're running a race and you have those little butterflies in your tummy and it feels a little bit funny in there, it's not sick, it's just a little bit scared, and that's okay. It actually makes you run faster because that's adrenaline in your body. So it's just a little bit getting you ready for it, and that is fine. But if you start feeling that feeling and there's no real reason to feel it, like say you're just coming to school and you feel a little bit scared to come to school, or you're worried the teacher might ask you the answer to something and you don't know the answer, here's a little trick you can do. So what you can do is you can tense up your body. So we can all try this as well. We just did our pattern interrupt where we did the deep breathing. That's amazing. Now another one is the tense up. So what we do, we try to, I'll just show you with my fists. So first of all, we tighten up our fists really tight. Just your fists, everybody doing it. Tight, 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 and now release. Go floppy and stretch it out. And then you can try tensing up your hands and your arms. So let's try that. So hands, got it? And now arms. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Now if you were sitting in class doing this, and you had your hands under your desk or your arms folded, you could tighten up and nobody would even know you were doing it. It's a really good trick. So let's try again. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up, and release. All right, now try hands, arms, and try your neck as well. Back of your neck and your neck. Let's try that. Tighten up. Feels funny. Tighten up. It's working. Tighten up. Tighten up. Go floppy. Stretch. Stretch right up high. That's it, really high. Stretch, stretch, and floppy. Shake a little bit. Not talking. All right, now let's try hands, arms, back of the neck, all of your back. Try to tighten up all those things, and your back as well. All right, yes. And now try down into your legs as well. Try to get your legs. Try to get your feet. Tighten up, even squeeze your feet. Tighten them up. Big breath in. And release. And stretch out. And that is a really good way, just a quick tense up, that people don't even know you're doing it, but it makes you feel so much better. And then after that, you can have your 3 big breaths and you'll be feeling a lot better straight away. Now, there's one thing that I would love you to do every night if you can. Just before you go to sleep is a really good time, and it's this. Think about the best thing that happened during the day. The best thing. So you'll have to go through all of the things that happened during the day that were quite good, and you pick out the one thing that was the best thing for that day. That way, when you're going to sleep, you're more likely to have the really good dreams. You're going to feel better, and it's a really good habit. If you could do that every night, if you could go to bed every night thinking about the best thing that happened during that day, and keep your mind focused on the best thing that happened during the day, that would be, I think it would make you go to sleep a lot happier, and you would wake up a fair bit happier as well, I think. In the morning, a really good idea when you wake up is to think about one thing that you're really either looking forward to that day or really happy about. So you might be feeling really happy that you have a snuggly bed. So whatever it is, wake up in the morning thinking about one great thing and go to sleep thinking about one thing that happened during that day that was really good. All right, now my Year 6 teacher did a very special relaxation with me. She taught it to me, and I do it all the time if I'm ever not feeling amazing, or even when I am feeling amazing and I want to feel even better and I've got some time. You could do this sitting down, or you can do this laying down. So your teacher can decide if you're going to sit or if you're going to make a circle and or lay down. And I'm going to take you through a little guided relaxation and visualization, which means you're going to think of pictures in your head if you can. And I'm going to do a little calm down for you and a happy feeling that you can try at home. And I have got behind me, you might have noticed it here, my gong. So hopefully the sound will work okay for you at school. But here's the gong, and during this I'm going to do a little bit of gonging, so that hopefully the sound comes through and makes you feel even more relaxed. All right, by now I've talked so much, I'm thinking you probably have got yourself into a beautiful, relaxed position. Have yourself your 3 deep breaths. You might even during this do your hand trick that I didn't talk about, I forgot to mention this so far, where you, if you're feeling worried, I think it was worried on your thumb, squeeze it. You're meant to really do it for a minute, but I won't do it for a minute now because I want to start this next activity. If you are feeling worried, now this one, you squeeze this one. If you're a bit worried, squeeze it until you feel better. You can do this during this next relaxation. Now this one, now I've got a Be Brave ring on this finger to help me, to remind me to be brave. A little bit scared, but still do it. But this finger, if you are feeling angry, so maybe brothers or sisters, someone at home or someone at school, something's happened, if you squeeze that finger and hold it, hold it, hold it, the Japanese people say that that can calm you down. My gong's making funny noises because it wants me to start playing. I think it's picking up my voice, and when my voice goes on the same pitch as the gong, it's making noises. It's funny. Now your next finger after anger is your sadness. If you're feeling a little bit sad, and one of the beautiful students at Australind, and you all are very, very special and beautiful, one of a girl I think said, Miss Laverick, is that if you feel disappointed, is that the same as sadness? And it is. If you miss out on something you really wanted to get, try it. I still haven't tried this in my own life, so I don't know if it works, but maybe you have. You squeeze that sadness finger, and you might start to feel that little bit better. And the last one is actually the most important, your pinky, because your pinky is your self-respect and self-importance. You are so important. Squeeze that when you start forgetting. If your brain starts playing tricks on you and tells you you're not that good, well, yes, you are. Grab your finger, big breath in, hold it, blow it out, hold it as long as you need to, because yes, you are important. All right, now here we go with our relaxation. You might be laying, you might be sitting, but it's probably best if you close your eyes. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. If anyone has upset you today, Don't worry about it. Focus on what's happening right now. This is called being mindful. Being mindful means thinking about what is happening right now. Should be quiet in the room. So you shouldn't be able to hear very much until you should hear my voice and you should hear the gong, and that should be mostly, or maybe some people breathing. So think about what you can hear. Think about if you can see something because your eyes are open, that's okay. You don't have to close your eyes. It just does work better though. That's up to you. But if you've got your eyes shut, what can you see? Any patterns in your eyes? Having a think about that. What can you feel in your body? If you feel a little bit tight, you can try the tense up and relax during this activity. All right. Activity, but yours might be different. Is it a rainbow door? Is it a red door? Is it a secret door? Has it got a lock? If it has a lock, you have the key. You might have to press in a special code to open it because it's only your world inside this door. So I want you to put your hand out to the door in your mind and go to open the door. But you're going to find that as soon as your hand gets near it, it just opens for you. Now inside, as you open the door and you step through, you are going to see the most beautiful garden with a really comfy chair where you can just sit and relax and feel happy. But if you're a person who really loves the beach, then you can imagine that you were at the beach. It's up to you because this is your place. And you can come here any time that you like. Whenever you have the time, you walk down your stairs, you walk through your door, and you come into your little world. And in your world, I want you to imagine that everything that you would like to be in your world is there. Anything that makes you excited is there. And there's only things that you want to be. There's nothing you don't day or every night, whenever you can. All right, now I've got my microphone here and I just remembered how I started off this video. So I think maybe I will finish off the same way. Miss Laverick signing out. Did that look cool? Probably not, but anyway, we had fun. Thank you so much for having me into your school. I'm so sorry I couldn't be there today, but I kind of was anyway. Thank you. Bye everyone.